All right, today's Friday, December 17th. We're here, it's like 8 o'clock. We've done a few things. We got some friends in the house tonight. That's Lauren over there. There's Amanda. Anthony's upstairs. We will get there. Let me just walk around here and talk about kind of what we're doing. Everybody was excited to be on the vlog this evening. So, yeah, super excited. All right, so the girls, we're trying to get in here because Amanda is very excited to move in. I am as well, but Amanda definitely wants to get in with the couch. She actually, what did you ask me today, Amanda? You said, when do I get to?
I said I want to do everything we can do so that we can take the plastic off of the couch.
Yes, all about the plastic on the couch.
Because we got our couch, but we can't take the plastic off.
Yeah.
And a little chair.
And a little chair, yeah.
It's not little.
It's whittle. It's
These
a swivel.
are my painting clothes, if you didn't realize that. My PJs, my Dunkin' Donuts shirt. Me too.
Yeah.
Mark has the same painting.
Fit check! Amanda's.
Lauren stole Amanda's clothes. So girls are in here working on the quarter round and the radiator covers and all that jazz. We can put that on there. There we go. Nice. And then over here, I'm going to talk about this real quick because I replaced this earlier today. We had the Eufy Smart Lock. Put a link for that in the description. We also got this. This is a Quickset Halifax, I believe it's called. It's just a passage. So we had a knob here that had a little lock on it, right? Like a privacy knob. And then, but when you put this on there, it doesn't really make any sense. I've talked about this, I think, in other ones. So you just want like a passage here so you never get locked out. Like, you know, this smart thing is just the deadbolt. And then I've always came from like, I always had that in my houses. Nice backdrop there, the boiler. I always had that in my houses where we had like two locks, like a deadbolt and then like just a regular knob thing. But I think in this case it doesn't really make any sense because you're not going to get two smart things and just whatever. So anyway, I installed this. It was really pretty simple. I love pre-hung doors because it seems like they're very standard and shit just works, which is nice. Did the lock there, or the knob. It's pretty sick. And then the little thing there on the inside, and then the strike or whatever plate thing that is. So the only thing left to do now down here on this door is kind of change these, and I think I'm going to get a dummy. That's so sick. I think I'm going to get the same knob, this Halifax. We're going to do those everywhere in all the rooms, all the doors in the house. I'll show you what we're doing upstairs in a second, but this, we're going to get a dummy Halifax because it doesn't do anything. It just kind of chills there, and it looks like it's falling off the door. And I have no idea what to do up here because this doesn't do anything. This just spins freely, and ideally, I think what you want here is just like it to be just nothing, but I have a hole in the door, I think, so right now. So we'll figure that out, but this looks great for now, and we're not going to get locked out, and we can throw away that key that was to that old lock, so that's fantastic. Let's go take a look upstairs. Alrighty, so we're upstairs now. We got Anthony, boy Anthony, professional painter extraordinaire, many years in the biz, taking care of the kitchen here, cleaning up my mess that I made, doing the very intricate windows there, pain in the ass, and a lot of other stuff there.
And for guests.
Guests, Lauren and Anthony. Lauren and Anthony, guests of honor.
Wow, look at you.
There we go. And then over here, this was where our air conditioner unit was in the wall, and we took that out, so we kind of plastered and did all the mudding and everything like that and all the swirling. So I just painted this really quick. Actually looks pretty good now that it's drying and just kind of setting all in. I'm pretty happy with that. You can really barely tell, especially on camera, that there was anything there at one point. So that's fantastic. Also down here, kind of touched up a little bit because there was another hole that we made, and there was we have to still install this baseboard tomorrow with my dad, but we're coming along there. All right, so the other thing that I wanted to work on here was this front door, and I kind of got in over my head slightly because I didn't anticipate doing what I'm about to have to do here, but I will explain it. So we had old hardware on here. We had like just a deadbolt and then like a little, you know, handle thing for the outside. It's all sitting right here because I took it off. So there was the handle, other side of the handle, deadbolt. Didn't look bad. It was more of like a bronze, I think though, whatever that oiled bronze, whatever the fuck that color's called. So I took it off because we have new stuff. New cool stuff that matches all the other things that we want to do. So there's this nice handle here, modern, nice. And the other reason I got this one is because the inside of it is that matching Halifax. It's all from Kwikset there, so that'll look good. And then we got another one of these bad boys that we have downstairs, another Eufy smart lock thing. So there's that. That's obviously we already have that. But then I went to go take that hardware off. Thought, okay, cool. You know, we'll just pop this sucker in here. And this is really cool, actually. Like, this is like adjustable, because like if you look like this, it doesn't look like it was gonna fit. But then if you stick the bottom part in first, kind of adjusts into alignment. Probably didn't see that very well. I apologize, but the point is that it's good, it works. So, but the issue, slight issue, is that the door is painted red and the hardware was painted around when the door was painted red. So we have this white piece down here. So if I were to like screw this in, it would kind of look, you know, kind of weirdish. And I wasn't anticipating painting the outside of this door. And we don't have like any exterior paint, but I think we're gonna be good per Anthony's recommendation here. This isn't oil-based paint. It's probably not like exterior or anything like that. And we have the screen door, so it's really not like exposed to the elements. So we're just gonna go ahead and paint this bad boy with interior bare marquee, same as the other side. And then the inside, or the outside of the house rather, the curb appeal, if you will change somewhat because it's going to be white, but we're also going to paint the exterior of the house, not now, but sometime in the future. So just to get rid of this, and you might be asking yourself, Mark, why don't you just paint it red? Well, I don't know where the red paint is, and I'm not trying to match it. And the rest of the house is white and black, so, you know, we're not going to paint it. We're not going to, you know, continue with the red. I don't know. But that's what I've started painting this side, this little inside of the door here. That was red. Just gave it the first coat. And then I cleaned off this side, and we're gonna try to paint this white. So wish me luck. Let's take a look at this door. Oh, sheesh! Look at her. Well, I can honestly say that in no way, shape, or form did I anticipate painting the outside of this door today, because this door was red a couple hours ago. But I will tell you what, it looks fantastic. It's gonna make the handles and everything like that look great too. And we did it all just because we wanted to get this piece to, you know, not look weird like I showed you in the last clip there. But I'm very excited. It came out great. Maybe like one, or I don't know, probably like between two and three-ish coats. I was actually really surprised. I'm assuming that was just like a water-based paint, but it was red. And I've heard terrible things in the past about covering red. I didn't think it was too bad, honestly. It was no more than like the normal amount of stuff that we used to cover other different colors that we had in here. We had greens, we had grays, like all this other shit. So that was awesome. The one little thing that I will say, again, just in case you run into this, what I should have done a little bit better, and I'm still might trying to clean up a little bit. Can't really see it, I don't think, like this, but maybe if you come in a little closer, you can see like where the paint kind of rose up around that hardware a little bit still. And it's not going to matter because, again, like that, there wasn't a lot of it that was exposed. It was just literally a different color, obviously, earlier. So I might try to still like scrape off a little bit more of that and try to just get a little even, you know, like even as far as the, you know, the, I don't know, the height of the paint coming off the wall, I guess, off of the door. But I've played around with a little bit, so it's definitely fine though, because like just looking at it like this, looks like a nice white door to me. We're gonna put that hardware on there. It's gonna look absolutely fabulous. It's Saturday, December 18th, around 3:30. And I tell you what, today is just one of those days, man. Just one of those days. Gotta pop open a cold one. I'm irritated. Really. Honestly. This is aggravating at this point. I don't ever want to do this again. Like, I'm not mad about like the way that it's going, the results that we have and stuff, and the way that the place is looking. I think it's looking great. It's gonna look great, but I never want to do this again. Honestly, like I never want to buy a house that I don't know like all the stuff, and then it's just like every day is torturous. And I mean, most of it again is my fault. Like, I mean, regular person could live in any house probably and be fine with it. But I want to like, I'm obsessive, and I want to like make the house that that I live in, that I and Amanda own. Like, I want to make it nice. I want to make it the way that we kind of want it. And obviously, when you buy a house that is already built and in a certain way and stuff like that, you compromise on certain things. But like, just every fucking thing that is like, we had big plans, but so many different things like have just been like a pain in the fucking dick, man. Like, and today is like one of those days where like my dad was here and we got nothing done. Like, and it's not his fault by any means. It's actually probably my fucking fault, because like we just were doing the same thing like for fucking hours. Like, we were trying to find this fucking transformer, and I swear to God, if I ever find the transformer, if I ever stumble upon it, I'm going to fucking destroy it. Like, it's not even going to be like on, like, the pieces aren't even going to be real pieces anymore. Like, I'm going to crumble it to dust. And then I'm going to find the motherfucker who decided to put it wherever it is. And if he's dead, I'm going to dig him up and I'm going to beat the shit out of him. Because seriously, like, it's unbelievable. You wouldn't, like, I'm not going to get, fuck it. I mean, there's a doorbell transformer. It should be near the doorbell. It should be in the vicinity of the doorbell. Somewhere. And I don't know where it is. Like, we looked high and low. We looked in the fucking attic, not up there. We looked all downstairs. We have like half the ceiling, not half the ceiling. We have a bunch of fucking ceiling tiles like torn fucking apart. I'll fucking go, when I get the strength, I'll go down there and fucking document that. But just so aggravating. Just so fucking aggravating that we can't find such a stupid, simple thing. And we were looking for it. And like, we can't even figure out how the fucking downstairs door, like, the problem that happened today was I thought that like I made the assumption that we had to find, if we could find where the doorbell downstairs, that wire goes to the transformer, then that's the easiest. That's not the case though. The fucking, there's 3 wires that come from the doorbell chime, which is right by the front door. One goes to the front doorbell, it's like 4 feet away. One goes to the back doorbell, and one goes to the transformer. And the problem is, the reason we're doing this at all is because I put that Nest doorbell up there and it's not fucking charging. So I know it's not getting enough power to sustain a good enough charge. And we just can't find the fucking transformer. And the transformer is what charges it, basically. It converts the higher voltage that goes through your house down into like, somewhere between like 8 and 24, and I'm sure that it's ass. I'm sure that's like, it was only getting like 4 volts when we actually tested it. We're going to upgrade it to like a 24 volt one, normal transformer size, and we couldn't find the fucking transformer. We were looking for it for hours, and I looked for it the other day. If you watch the vlogs, like, I was looking for it for hours the other day. So me and him are like searching high and low and like trying to watch the wires and trace the wires and stuff, and then I realized like, well, fuck, we're tracing the wire back from the doorbell downstairs because we thought it was going to end up at the transformer, but that's not true. It's going to end up at the fucking chime up here. So then once we realized that, we also were thinking, well, there's only one place it could really be. It could be like in this wall by this fucking chime, because that, it's got to go to the transformer, or it's in the attic. Was in the attic, could maybe downstairs. We can't find it. Right underneath is the podcast studio, and that's like finished. Like, we can't really go on those walls. We could, but it's not fucking worth it. So we're like, all right, let's just put a new transformer in and put it in the attic. And we started that project, and that's going to be fine, and that's all going to work. I need to buy a new doorbell chime, though, I think, because this one's ass and is like fucking vibrating when you have it on there. But that's not a big deal. But just the point is, we wasted all that fucking time. And again, not blaming my fucking dad. I'll blame myself before I blame anybody. But I also blame the motherfucking builders of 1962 houses. But it's just aggravating. Like, I'm exhausted. From doing all this stuff. And I'm happy it's getting done, and it's gonna look sick as fuck. And I'm so grateful for all the people that have helped us, but it's just a slow process. And then like, Amanda obviously wants to move in more than I do. I mean, like, I'm excited to move in, but like, I want the house to be comfortable before I move in here, because I'm not moving my fucking desk and PC and stuff in here without that. And it's just like we didn't do anything in the fucking living room today. Like we didn't run the light wires. We didn't mount the TV. I am gonna put that baseboard back on, and I'm gonna be able to put the quarter round back on and stuff. But that's just gonna be a pain in the ass with that fucking brad nailer. But that, whatever. I mean, I was gonna have to do that anyway. But at least I know how to do that, and I'm confident that that's gonna be at least decent. We'll maybe have to touch up some paint or something. The point that I'm making is that I'm happy that I did this, but I would just absolutely never do it again. It's one of those things where it's like, great, you know, once in a lifetime experience. Never fucking ever do this again. There's no way that I would ever renovate a house. This is a small house. Like, this is a reasonable size house, and we're trying to do everything, you know, but I couldn't even imagine if you were trying to renovate a bigger home. Couldn't imagine. Really couldn't. So, I'm going to try to be done ranting and whining, but I'm really just exhausted. So, there we go. I needed to get that out. On the flip side, you know, there is still things that we did make progress today. I got my smart lock battery all charged up here. Luckily I put that on the charger before we started trying to find this fucking transformer. And I'll show you some cool things that we got going on, because I don't think I showed anything today yet. But yeah, fuck all that stuff. Whatever. It was kind of a so-so day today, but let's just keep on going, because that's what we do. Let's talk about and kind of give some visual aid to some of that stuff, and let's see if we can do anything else. I got about maybe like 2.5 hours to play around here by myself now and try to clean this fucking place up or do something. So let's go take a look at some shit. All right, so Amanda and I stayed here last night, and she helped me put on this new little door here. This new little door handle. So this is sick as hell. This is our front door. This still needs to change. That's going to be a smart lock here in about 10 minutes if I do that next. But this is hard, man. I just really like this. I'm really a fan of these door levers, and we're gonna have these on every interior door. So like this door will be like that and all that. Still need to buy those, but we have this, and then you might be wondering what this is down here. I was always wondering what that was, but the reason that's there is because on the outside of the door we have this beautiful beast now, and also this is I probably showed this last night. Let me move this light out of the way. This is our beautiful front door now, all white. Damn, white. Black on white is looking so good. Oh my god. That is really nice. It's gonna look even nicer when the smart lock's on there. But holy shit, that is really nice. That is interior paint. I read online that probably should have still used exterior paint, even though there's a screen door, but guess what? I don't give a shit, one. And two, if it does get fucked up, I will buy the same color in Bear Marquee exterior. And third of all, the biggest thing I heard was like sun and like UV light. Well, it's white, so whatever you want to do to the paint, go ahead, sun. Try me. But it's looking great. I'm excited about it. Looks very clean. Whole door is white now. We got the black. I'm going to put that other thing on there. It's going to be great. I'm excited for that. This is that complete debacle up here. We have a new wire running that's going to go from the transformer upstairs. I'm going to buy a new one of those things because the little solenoid or whatever the fuck in there sucks ass cheeks. And it's okay because it's going to be, it's actually, all in all, you know, it's funny because I saw this thing that was over here. It's like kind of like yellowish and old. I was going to get a new cover, but I realized that like a new whole thing now that I have to get anyway is like less than $20. So what the fuck? Let's just do that and do this the right way and kind of hopefully be done with it. The only shitty part about that system at that point will be that those wires are just like old and shitty, like the ones that go to the doorbells. But you know, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully everything's good. I think it'll be good once we get it all squared away there. But there's that. I'll talk about over here because big shout out to Anthony and Lauren, helped us paint this window and paint these walls and everything. And I got to go downstairs and show you the quarter round and everything that Lauren and Amanda took care of yesterday. But looking great in here. This kitchen looks fabulous in white. I don't know, just also pretty cool there. Let's head downstairs and see some fun stuff. So the first thing in the garage here being all of this quarter round and these radiator covers and everything that are painted. Looking pretty good. So happy about that. Got to figure out where everything goes and put it back on the walls now pretty soon, because that's like one of the last-ish steps there. So now in the basement here is where we decided that we were just going to go ham on a bunch of trying to find this damn, wire for this doorbell, which is right outside this door here on the side. So it's like right behind here on the trim. We pretty much figured out, I'll give you the short version. We pretty much figured out the wire goes like up into the ceiling and then runs like over that away-ish, kind of like with this light. We still have no idea where it went. We had this piece taken off and then we put it back on. We had that piece taken off at one point. We had this thing kind of like taken off up there. We were in here obviously looking, but this is all like still exposed. We took out this one little tile over there to kind of take a peek down some bays. We thought this might be something. It was just a junction box. Still have no real fucking idea what the hell that's to. We took out all these tiles over here and pretty much to no avail. Did absolutely nothing. Helped us 0 bits. And then over here in the laundry room, I ripped down this entire like thing that was back here. It was very it was like that permeable stuff. It's got those, if you've seen in other vlogs probably, it had little holes in it. Ripped all that out and that didn't help either. So yeah, had no idea where the fuck it was and couldn't figure anything out. And then we were looking all around in here. We were looking up in our area here. We were pulling like Ethernet cable and shit. Nothing, didn't fucking know where anything was. And this is the podcast studio that is torn, like pretty much fucked up right now. But we figured out that it was probably right here somewhere. Like where this big board here is in the middle. It's somewhere right about here as far as like relative like off the side wall. This is the front of the house. So it probably drops down here. Maybe it's somewhere in here. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's like just not even fucking existent. I don't know. All I know is if I ever do find it, I'm going to grind it up. Because it's just fucking aggravating as hell. Because yeah, we tore apart a bunch of shit. We were even in the garage here and tore off this little piece here for a second. Thought maybe that'll help us, but I don't even know. It wasn't anywhere near here. So yeah, you'd see how that would lead to some aggravation trying to find a fucking transformer that like is just buried somewhere. Allegedly, apparently, because I mean, where could it possibly be? But whatever. Okay, I'm gonna stop ranting again on that. But we did do all that. Is the point that was pretty much what today consisted of. And then we were in the attic a little bit and we just ran like a thermostat wire, 2-wire, whatever, kind of all the way down the length of it and drilled up. And that was another thing. So, and I have to patch this little hole now up here, very minor, not important, but because we had to, drill this new hole and find this new hole, I have that little tiny hole there. It's not a big deal whatsoever, but that's like for a spotter. So you drill like a little tiny bit through there and then you can see where it is upstairs. And there was a pain in the ass to drill the hole that went into the wall because there's a hole up in the attic that goes into the wall up there where this wire goes up, goes in the wall, goes up there, goes all the way down, basically the length of the house to right around, fuck it, let's just show you, right up here on the attic. You can kind of see that little guy right there is what we were searching for, but that's a new one. So just kind of wire just goes all the way down over there. So that's all we needed, but we couldn't find her. So we had to make one. Not a big deal. It's probably gonna be better overall, because if it ever breaks or some shit, it's right there. But aggravating, to say the least. And I'm kind of concerned about the floor because we're just working on it now. Working on it, over it, and all sorts of stuff, and it's getting dirty. But I knew this was going to happen, as we didn't do this in the right order. Totally my fault. And but it's going to be fine. You can clean the floor. It's pretty durable. I just don't want it to get scratched. And yeah, so I'm going to probably put on that smart lock up front and hope to God that it goes well. But I'm pretty confident in that. Let's see what happens. All right, it's a little later now. I don't have much time. I got to bounce out of here to a Christmas soiree with Amanda and her family and all that. But I want to talk about a couple little things that we did here. It's nothing crazy, but it does look monstrously good. This is very bluish in here, I think, from this light, unfortunately. Here, let me move that for us. But this door looks absolutely amazing. Super happy with how this turned out. All white on the inside. Sherry, Amanda's mom, painted that. Looks beautiful. We got the black hinges on the right there. We got the black Halifax lever on the left. just like we do downstairs and like we'll have on every other interior door. Above that, we have a Eufy smart lock with Wi-Fi like we have downstairs. Sick as hell. I will have links to everything here in the description, so if you want to check it out, get one for yourself. And then over here on the front, obviously we have the outside edge of the Eufy. That's nice, fingerprint code, and then this is also key here. And then down at the bottom, this is really cool. I'm super happy I found this. So they have this like combo pack, or just like this almost like mix and match type of thing, where it's the Halifax lever, like, you know, these interior levers that they sell, but they have one that has that on the inside, and then on the outside, this is like a San Clemente or something, and it's just like really nice, really modern. It pairs with everything really well, and this is what the, you know, the outside of the door looks like. Absolutely beautiful. I did not, again, anticipate that we were going to paint this door, but this is just looking absolutely incredible. And yeah, so that's where we're at. We got this all put on there. I think I did a pretty decent job. We have the smart lock hooked up to the all the smart home. In our case, we use Google Assistant. So now we have front lock, back lock, the Nest doorbell out front that we're still obviously in the process. Don't get me started of trying to deal with all that. And then we'll probably end up, if we can get that fixed, we'll probably have one at the back door as well. Just because there's actually more people that come to the back door than the front door. But it's nice to have like that security on both sides, the camera type thing. We have a couple more things that we need to do, like a Nest floodlight camera thing somewhere. But our smart home is really coming together, so that's pretty cool. And I get a little bit more confidence. I was a little pissed off before. I get a little more confidence when like I tackle a little project like this. Nothing crazy, but it really does like kind of like change the way that the house and the home feels. I don't know, just looks really cool. And that's cool as hell. The auto lock feature just automatically shuts, and then you can set it to however long you want it to lock. I have it just set to like 1 second, so as soon as we lock it, or as soon as we shut it rather, it locks. It's so cool. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Not a crazy productive day, but we did learn a lot, and we got some things done. Yesterday was great. Let's just keep going, you know? That's all I can say. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and end the video here, guys. Thank you so much for checking it out. I greatly appreciate it. Again, links in the description, all the stuff we talk about, the gear that we have, all the house stuff. Thank you for following us on this journey. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will talk to you guys in the next one.